What's that say?
This is private parts.
Oh.
I got them.
Daddy delicious.
What I got here is a Reolink. It is a cellular camera. So this is the Reolink Go PT Plus. It rotates back and forth and up and down. You can control it with your phone or tablet or computer or whatever. And it has a cellular antenna, and it also comes with a solar panel. This whole camera system is all white, which looks very clean and very nice, but it sticks out like a sore thumb in the middle of the woods, and this is where this is gonna be hanging at. So we're gonna paint this camo today. We taped off the stuff that we need to tape off here on this camera system, right? And you know, I'm not going for perfection. This is gonna be up in a tree somewhere, so I don't need it to be perfect. So, you know, I went kind of quick, and you can see the lines aren't exactly straight on here. It's just, I just threw some tape over, kind of cut a semicircle around here to make it look sort of aesthetically pleasing, but it really doesn't matter because this stuff is gonna be hanging in a tree and it's just gonna be camouflage anyway. We're gonna use a flat brown, and then we're just gonna use these colors right here. We just wanna get rid of the white. That's what we're trying to do. Here we go. We're gonna hang this bad boy up, lay some paint, you know what I'm saying? We need to wipe the parts down with some denatured alcohol. So I got this at Home Depot. It's just denatured alcohol, and we wanna get all the fingerprints and everything else off of there. All right, let's get to painting. I'm gonna start with a darker color. The base is gonna be a brown color. Now you gotta realize I never scuff this down. I'm not putting primer on it. I'm just shooting paint straight on plastic. Shiny plastic at that, which is a big no-no. But I figured this is just gonna be up in the tree, not moving. I'm not gonna be handling this. I'm not gonna be touching this. So I'm thinking this will probably be all right. We'll see what it does. Let's also hope that the paint doesn't affect the camera signal. I don't know, covering this camera antenna up, but we're doing it anyway. I'm gonna mount all the camera equipment to this board. So I'm gonna mount the camera and the solar panel and everything right to this board. And then I'm gonna run this board, the screws into this board into a tree. So that way the whole camera system is mounted on a panel, and that if I ever have to want to remove it or whatever, it's a portable system. I just undo a couple of screws on the tree, pull it off, and move it around the property wherever I want. So this thing right here, I'm going to paint this camouflage as well. And you don't have to be precise. You kind of don't want it to be perfect. So I'm just like doing a base coat, and I'm just I'm not filling in every square inch. That's all I need to do right there. You know what I'm saying? See how it's splotchy and not that great? That's fine, because we're going to go over this with multiple colors of paint. We're just gonna lay some striping down. We gotta make sure to shake it real good. Shake it. There's like a shake weight. We're just gonna lay some striping down, right? And just, it doesn't have to be, see that? Check this out. I have an old laundry bag from Walmart. This thing, if you can see the pattern on it, this thing was like $3 or $4 at Walmart. I'm gonna go ahead and take this laundry bag and just kind of lay it over this like this, right? Just gonna go across. There we go. Like that. Check this out. Boom. How cool is that? Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet if I say so myself. Now what we want to do is soften it up a little bit. So these are all sharp edges on here like that. Even though it looks cool, we kind of want to soften it up. So we're just going to kind of hold the can away. This is the brown again. And just kind of mist over it a little bit. There we go. Soften it up a little. Just kind of like that. And then let's get the dark green back out. I like the darker colors. There we go. There we go. So that is kind of a camo-y snakeskin. I don't know if that snakeskin pattern is effective or not. I really don't. I'm not a hunter. So, but it does look cool. There we go. So I just cut out a small piece of that laundry bag, right? And now, let's just kind of hold it up there and fire it on. Look at that. How cool is that? Looks like some Modern Warfare stuff right there. I'm gonna go back with the darker one. Put a little darker on there. I think that's too light. That green, that light green, I like it, it looks cool, but I think ultimately it's a little bit too light. And that looks cool, yeah? I am willing to bet if I had to warranty this unit and send it back to Reolink, they would probably send it right back and say, absolutely not, you painted the heck out of it. Sorry, you're out of luck. Not sure if they'd warranty it or not, didn't look into it, but I'm not worried about warranty stuff. I don't care, I modify everything I own. Doesn't matter to me, but if you care about warranty, maybe you might want to reach out to them first. There are other options. You can vinyl wrap it, you can buy the camo, duct tape, whatever. I like painting stuff. I'm gonna paint it, it's mine. I'm gonna make it how I want it. The paint's dry on the camera system, so let's take a look at it and see how we did. So that pattern is really cool. It's not perfect, as you can see, right? Like, so like you see the little white in there and stuff, and you know, the tape lines aren't that great. You can see on the camera itself there, but we're not going for accuracy. Like I said, we're just going to get this thing in camo, throw it on the tree. I'm not spending a ton of time making perfect tape lines on this thing, but overall it turned out pretty good. I think I really like the way it looks, and I think it'll do us good. So let's get this thing assembled, and I'm gonna put it on the board. This is the bracket for the camera. We're gonna put this on here somewhere, probably offset it a little bit like that, so the camera will go like this, right on there. And then for the solar panel, we're gonna put it maybe above it a little bit. Right down the middle of this thing right here, we're just gonna run probably 2 or 3 screws. And I'm gonna use deck screws, and that is what's gonna hold it onto the tree or pole or whatever we do. All right, finished product right here. Check that out, huh? So solar panel, camera, and I left the wire hanging. I just left it corded up, and look at, I just put a screw in. See that screw right there? I just put a screw halfway in so I could just kind of hang the wire around that so it just doesn't hang freely. So see where these connections are right here? See that like rubber connection where the paint's rubbing off of it right there, because paint don't like to stick to rubber. So those are watertight connections, and it should be watertight, but you know, I still worry about that stuff because we've all been there where something says watertight and then some water got in and destroyed the product. So the reason why I'm hanging this bundle of wire down here, kind of out in the open on this board, instead of tucking it up here or under the camera or anything, is because when water travels on cords, like if water drips on these cords right here, it will follow the cord down to a low point. So if I had this bundle of wire up here, you know, behind the camera or something like that, the water would follow it, and it could possibly go into the connection. So this way, when it rains, the water will just follow the cord down to the lowest point, like right here, and it'll just drip off, right? So that is the thought process behind that anyway. I could be an idiot and wrong, but from my experience, that's what I've seen with water. Place the camera outside, and we're gonna open up the app right here. And then let's see, I named this camera God's Eye. Connecting, takes a minute to connect to the cellular network. Starting live, there it is, bam, right there, there's my truck. And then we can pan and zoom. So, look at that, huh? That's pretty cool. In here, there's a bunch of settings for the camera. So there's like cool stuff like, there's even time lapse. You can set it in a time lapse mode so you record a span of time. There's push notifications, which we are going to turn on right now because we want to be notified when someone comes on. But there's a whole bunch of stuff. You can control the image quality, you can control how long it records for, how long after movement it records for. This is a motion camera, so when it does not record all the time. It only records when it detects motion. Also, what's cool about this camera is you can actually, there's a speaker on it and a microphone. You can actually set this camera if someone walks by it and an alarm goes off on the camera. So it sounds an alarm to notify the people that they've just been spot or whatever. You can have it play a predetermined recording, so you can say, you're on private property, get off this property immediately, and that sound bite will play through the camera. You can also enable live talk, so you can talk directly through the camera and say, hey, who are you? Why are you on my property? Beat it, get out of here, go on, get. Of course, you can move the camera around, see where you want. It has night vision with IR lights on it, and it displays the kilobits. See right here, so it's right around 350 kilobits per second. I have a 2 gigabyte plan per month on this. A lot of people say that a 1 gigabyte plan is perfect. 1 gig will get you everything you need. It doesn't take any bandwidth to save the images on board the camera, but if you want to view them remotely from your phone or tablet or device, that's where the bandwidth starts. So it could record a video from a week ago, for example, and if you want to look at that video and you're not where the camera is and you don't physically pull that memory card out, you want to look at it over your phone, it'll take bandwidth to download that video to watch it. I got a 2 gigabyte plan. It's like $10 a month, something like that, for a 2 gig plan, which is not bad at all in my personal opinion. Of course, if you get more cameras, you got to get a separate plan for each camera. So, you have 10 cameras, is $100 extra a month, which still isn't that bad for 10 cameras on a cellular network, always recording, monitoring your property. I spend more than $100 a month on bull crap anyways. So we'll see how this does. I'm real excited about this. I am installing a couple of wooden posts with a chain going across and no trespassing signs. We're gonna see if that keeps people out of here. Hopefully this will deter some people. But the neighbors here, they said that they see people, four-wheelers and UTVs and stuff, all shoot down this and tear it up and everything. So I'm just hoping to stop some of that. I'm new at this property stuff, and we're gonna see what happens. What I'm doing here is gonna be temporary to put an actual gate up. But this is just for now. This guy just tried turning in here, and then he didn't. Huh. That's right, boys. New property owner in town. All right, we have the posts in, chain going across, private property signs. Look at this, Jake's working. Jake's working it. Twerking it. Twerk, Jake. No. Twerk on camera for YouTube.
Twerk when you work.
Ah, man. So we got these signs were a little flimsy. They're metal, but they're a little flimsy, so we backed them with wood. Put wood on the back of them. All right, so last night my buddy Ryan and I got here, and we got here kind of late, so we just slept on the ground outside. There's where I slept. There's where he slept. There's our fire. Whoa, you okay, buddy? There's our fire. And it was cold. It's snowing right now. It's below freezing. But it was all right. We like sleeping just right out in the middle of the open. All right, I just turned the camera on. You can see by the red light right there. Let's go hang this thing up. We picked a tree over here. Here's the thing, I don't want this camera too high up in the air. I just kind of want it out of the reach of a person. So we're not going super high with this thing. So I didn't bring a huge ladder with me. So we're gonna put it right about here. We will face it a little bit towards
the road.
The road.
Okay.
All right. Cellular antenna up. Solar panel. Take a look at that thing. All right, so here's the thing. You can see it pretty easily in the trees, even though I painted it camouflage. but that doesn't matter. I'm actually not opposed to people seeing it. I just didn't want it sticking out like a sore thumb when it was all white before I painted it. But looks all right there.
It blends in a little bit with the knot, yeah.
Blends in a little bit. Let's load this gear up. Go get some breakfast. What do you think?
Woo, yeah.
All right, we have a motion link from God's Eye. So here's the video. Oh, here's the video. I don't like how that's positioned at the ground, but luckily
You can go up and down too, can't you?
it's a camera that we can move. Oh shit! There we go. Look at there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's the perfect view right there. So we're gonna leave it right there. Let's go to the playback because it said it detected motion. Drag the icon to control video progress. Okay. Okay, and here is. Oh, there's me. There's us hanging it right there. Because if it's too high, it's gonna have a hard time seeing stuff. So God's Eye is active, people. God's Eye is active. I can see you. We're gonna see who goes on the property.
What's that say?
This is private parts.
Oh,
I got them.
dude, that's a good Howard Stern movie.
That is a great Howard Stern movie. As a matter of fact, I think it's
The only Howard.
Stern movie.
That's a Howard Stern movie.
That is a Howard Stern movie.
Accurate statement.
All right, we got one more sign to put up. This will be the right size right here. Man, I'm cold. It was cold last night.
A little bit.
Still beats sleeping inside though.
Mm-hmm.
That fresh air does you good. Whoops. Okay. Oh no, I think I only have 3 washers. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. This is where I need Finjalies.
I cannot wait to go home and shower.
We smell like smoke.
Smoking success.
What do you think? Where's the middle at? Is this about good right here?
Yeah, maybe one or two. Yeah, right
This,
there.
right there,
Right
okay.
there.
That's pretty good.
Buy that for $1.
I'll buy that for $1. All right. There it is. Look at that. Private property, 24-hour surveillance. These are cemented in. Look at this. Okay, so check this out. When I did this, when I put these posts in, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I mixed Quikrete and all that and poured it all in. Then I had leftover Quikrete, so I just poured the excess on top like it was dirt and just left it, whatever. Hard as rock.
Hard.
I was wondering if that was gonna harden up like cement since I didn't put water on the very top of it. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. This is it. Stay off my property. And guess what? Ryan and I are going to breakfast. I'm not filming that.
No, I'm eating it.
I'm eating it. So that's all we got for today. We're coming from the great state of Michigan. And I'll talk to all you sexy cool cats later. Peace!